Hi everyone, me again. So this is Christine or Titine, and this is a video I'm gonna make about one of the little girl of work, which I help progress a lot. And so, as I mentioned in my very first video, the whole point of making these videos is for me to use them as a reflective journal. So, this little girl, and I will call her A, um, is one of um, the things I'm the most proud of since I started working. And I've only been working for 2 months. So let me talk to you about this little angel A. So when I started working, she was new in the center. She's not 2 years old yet. She's turning two, I think, in maybe 2 months, I think. And she used to come and she wouldn't want to leave mommy. She was a typical girl who just was all about mommy and cuddles, and she would just literally cry all the time whenever mommy would leave, and she would cry all day, like almost all day. Some of the other educators would just say, oh, she just have like separation anxiety, and so she would just cry all day. She was always like super scared, shy. Um, she would say yucky all the time. So for her, everything that would come close to her or would touch her and she didn't know it would just super yucky and would just scare her to the point where she would scream and cry, and nothing like water on her shoes, for example, would make her cry, or like looking at the sandpit would make her cry, like she didn't want to get close to it. Things like that. And like food, if like she wouldn't eat at the beginning, she wouldn't eat at all, and like even if she ate, she would just like have a little bit and you needed to feed her. She was just super scared and of everything. She wasn't comfortable. She was crying all the time. And so the first day, my first day when I saw her crying, and well, I'm not sure if it's not the same for everyone, but my first reaction was like, oh, poor little girl. And I just went to her and tried to play with her and like cuddle her. And um, she somehow kind of was okay with me. And she let me change her nappies. And to let you know how bad it was, it's like at some point she was next to me, and one of the educator came and tried, like a casual educator came and said, oh, I need to change your nappy. And one of the main educator in the room said, oh, well, with A, that's a bit of a problem because she doesn't like people she doesn't know, strangers, to change her nappy. And it was my first day, but I was like, oh, okay, well, she just let me change her just before. And they were all like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, she let me do it. And I took her with me and I went and changed her nappy and she was okay with me. And from the very first day, she kind of, like, I went to her and she was kind of slowly like opening up and she wanted cuddles. And like after a week, I really realized how she was. And it was true that she was always crying when mommy would leave, and she would spend most of the day crying, and I had to give her more attention than to most of the other kids. Um, but I really understand that every kid is different, every person is different, and they all need different things, and that's why we're here. We're here to observe them and to try and give them what they need. So for me, it was more like she was not feeling comfortable and secure, and she was just scared whenever mommy would leave, and she was just crying all the time. So I just started like showing her attention, like being with her and cuddling her and playing with her. Um, so slowly, she would start opening up to me, and she was literally just following me. She needed to be next to me. She needed, if I would sit, she would need to sit on my lap, and she was just super clingy, and I found it cute. But I was super happy that she was comfortable at least with me. Um, she would want me to change her nappy all the time. She would come to me, like if someone else tried to approach her, she would just panic. And slowly, she started saying me, as not a replacement, but like an auntie or like someone she could rely on when mommy was not there. And so slowly, slowly, she started coming to me for everything. So um, even for the food. The food was pretty hard. She wouldn't eat much. Um, but eventually, she needed me to come sit next to her, feed her, so that she would eat. She was pretty picky on what she would eat, but she would eat with me. I would need to feed her, but she would eat. And in just 2 months, she changed so much. Um, she came from not eating at all to eating on her own. All I need to do now is just sit next to her, and she would say, "Titin, here." And she was literally showing me to come next to her. And if she wants me to feed her, she would say, "Titin, help." And she would give me the spoon, and I would help her, like, give her a little bit of food. And I'm sorry, trying to get her to eat alone. And eventually she does. She just needs me to be around, so she's okay. And as well as for yucky things. So she used to think everything was yucky, and she was literally screams like whenever something was touching her. And when we built our relationship, when she trusted me and she was comfortable with me and she saw me as a model, she would follow me everywhere, do what I want, like what I was doing, and she would just follow me everywhere. Um, I started showing her, for example, was just water. Look, take a tissue, no more, and she would just start saying that, oh, I'm doing it, you can do it, or like, oh, we can take this thing off, and she would just like slowly, slowly just um do what I was doing. So she was just like literally doing everything I was doing. Um, but she was still like not okay with a few things, so it took time. But eventually she got okay with the water dropping on her shoe, and most of the time it was on my own water bottle. She would just drop water on her own shoe and get scared of it. And I slowly showed her that no, it's just water. She used to always have this doll as well. Like she had a baby doll and her water bottle, and she needed to have both of them in her hand next to her. Otherwise, she wouldn't. She was just like cry. So many things like that. She was like just scared the whole time, super nervous all the whole time, and like she needed to be next to me. She needs to feel me next to her. She needs to like me to hold her hand, like to be next to her and just give her attention. She just wasn't like feeling safe and secure and loved. And slowly, slowly, I showed her, I'm here. You can do it. Let's play. Look, it's fun. I was playing with the other kids. She was kind of upset when I would play with the other kids because she wanted all the attention. But eventually, after 2 months, now she's just a different child. She is so different. So now um, she just plays. She understood that she can clean the water, even the sandpit. Whenever I would go to the sandpit to play with other kids, she would just cry because she didn't want to get close to the sandpit. She needed to be 2 meters away. And slowly, slowly, I got her to understand it's okay. You just sand. Come next to me. Look at the other kids playing. And slowly, slowly, she started sitting next to me when I was playing in the sand. And slowly, slowly, she started putting her feet in the sandpit, and slowly, slowly, she saw that everyone was playing. And if the sand would get on her hand, she would scream, and I would show her like, "You can just take it off," and she would do it, and she would see no more sand. And so she slowly started feeling confident, and she saw the other kids playing, and she felt good about it. So she started putting her feet in the sandpit. She started asking for toys to play with it, shovels and stuff. And she slowly, slowly would just feel more comfortable. And so by the end of 2 months, now whenever I go to the sandpit, I just say, "Do you want to go play the sandpit?" And she's like, "Yes, sand, sand." And she comes with me. She still needs like like help to like jump, or like not jump, but like take the steps and like get into the sand. But she sits in the sand, just so that you can understand. She sits in the sand. She started touching the sand. She doesn't scream when there's sand on her because she knows she can take it over. She just started feeling more comfortable, and now she's playing in the sand, she's starting getting more and more talkative as well. She's starting saying more words. Every time she screams, I would just come to her and tell her, "Don't scream. Use the words. What do you want?" Like, and I slowly starting to teach her the words she needs, like help. If she doesn't like something, I'll say, if like something like sand on her or like water or like she fell, just say help, and I will come and help you. And she started understanding when she can use help. And so she got super well with water. Now she wants to play with water. She got super well with sandpit, so now she really wants to play with the sand. She's starting touching the sand. She sings. And even we have obstacles, like I'm not sure the word, like we have wood blocks, and like the kids can just walk on things, and like just to work on the stability, and we can just walk on it. And um like, how do you say that? Just blocks of woods, and like we can super thin, and we can walk on it, and like we have to learn how to walk on it. And she used to hate it because she didn't feel safe. But she saw the other kids playing, and I saw her. I can give you my hand. You can take my hand, and slowly, slowly, she's starting having fun with it, or like she's starting doing it, and then now she's having fun. Now she calls me and she said, "Titin, help! It's a turn. Let's do it." And she would just let me know that's her turn to play, because when she started playing it, she wanted to play every time, and I had to tell her there's other kids, so it's B turn, it's C turn, and she was like, A turn, A turn. I was like, yeah, after B it's A turn. And like, so she really smart now. She's really smart, and like she would tell me like, oh, it's A turn, and like help, help, and I would let her play. And now she's just feeling so secure and safe, and I feel she feel the love and support. She knows that I'm here for her. She knows that like if she needs me, she can say Titin help, and I will come and I will help her. And she just starting being a child. She doesn't even need me to be next to her all the time. She just needs to seize me. Like at the beginning, she would just follow me when I was changing over the kids' nappies. She would just come to me, and she would literally be next to me when I was changing nappies. Like she wouldn't leave my side. And now she's okay. She understand. I need to change nappy. Wait there. Play with something. I come back after. Also, when I used to go on break, she would cry because I was leaving, and it took her a while to understand I was just going on break to eat, and I would come back. And she started understanding that, so now she's more comfortable. And to be honest, that's also because to be the other educators who were in the room wasn't really trying to connect with her, was just saying stuff like, oh, she's just has like anxiety, and we let her cry, or like we just tell her stop crying. And I was like, that's a child, you can't just say that. um so I just built that bond with her, and she just starting opening up, and now she's just such a different child. Another problem she had was she was so stressed and nervous that she wouldn't do poos, and she wouldn't sleep at all. And her mom was always super nervous about it, and she talked to me about it. And we thought that was mainly because she wouldn't eat because she was so nervous. And so slowly, slowly, she really started liking me and like feeling comfortable with me. But like I would have to feed her, but she would eat. And slowly, slowly, she started eating on her own. But yeah, she would start eating, and now she eats a lot, like a lot. And it's tricky about the sleeping time. There was a time where she was sleeping because she was tired of crying, but now she's just so excited about like playing. But she doesn't want to go to bed because she wants to keep playing, and so we have a bit of trouble with that. But I'm just working, having her running a lot and getting tired and being the last one to go to bed. So she sees everyone else is sleeping, and it's not just her. So she goes to bed eventually. But just that, she just changed so much in just 2 months. And her mom noticed that. And when her mom used to drop her, she would cry and cry for mommy. And now she sees me, and like when she sees me, it's like Titin, Titin, and she comes and hugs me every time she sees me in the morning. And her mom noticed that, and she's super happy about it. And when she goes as well, she's like, bye bye, Titine, and like she leaves, and like when mommy drop her, she's like, bye bye, mommy, and she's done like just changed so much in just the two first months, like me being at the childcare center, and it just made me realize how much like children, especially like the first 2 or 3 years of their lives, they need that love and support. If they don't feel comfortable, if they don't feel safe where they are, if they don't have at least one person they can rely on and like feel secure and like safe with, they can't be children. They can't explore, they can't be creative, they can't play because they're just not feeling safe. Um, and it just made me realize how important it is. And I'm slowly studying about these kind of things, about theories talking about, like pyramids of like needs and everything, like Maslow's like pyramids of needs. And it's so true. And when you think about it, it's the same for us. We can do much better if we feel safe and confident and loved and supported. So it's really important for children to feel that, there's someone here for them, to teach them, to show them, to love them, to support them. And that's something I never want to forget, that you're here for the children, and you need to observe the children and realize that we're all different, that we all have different needs. It might take longer for one child than for the other. Some of the children, they're used to it from babies. They're okay with meeting new people, and like they all go through different stages at different times. But some of the children need that extra effort, that extra connection, that extra love and safety. And it's our jobs as adults, as parents, as educators, to give them that safe environment and that safe, environment and that love, so that they can feel confident and that they can be the child they're supposed to be and just grow better person. It's all about love. We just need love and security. Security. So that was my first experience with my little A, and I'm so excited now. She's doing so much better. She doesn't even need me all the time, but she still needs me around. And she's just doing so much better. She's starting learning to count, and like she's talking so much now. And she's opening up, and slowly, not to me, not only to me, but to other people. And her mom is feeling so much more relieved now. Her mom is, even the mom, now that she's more comfortable and more happy and like more, she can trust us more. The child can sense that too, and she's feeling more relieved as well. And yeah, she's doing way more better in different ways, and I'm so glad to see that. It just makes me want to do even better now and to teach her more things. But yeah, so that was my little video about my first experience with little A, and I will keep going and um, giving up updates on like the experiences I have at work with children's or with other educators and stuff. Thank you for listening, and again, I'm sending love, and I hope you're all safe and healthy. Cheers.